today because Representative Nikki Budzinski may be our elected official in Congress, but she is not representing us. She is not facilitating or even allowing for conversations with her constituents when it comes to Palestinians. Every email, video, or message she sends out makes it clear that she does not consider Palestinians, Arabs, and Muslims as her constituents. And as a community, we feel it. Unfortunately for her, we will insist on being heard. In her most recent phone town hall meeting, she let us know in the first question of the meeting that she will not call for a ceasefire because she has spoken to the families of hostages and truly feels for them. If she had extended the same kindness and compassion to the Palestinian families in her own district, she would be begging for a ceasefire with every fiber of her being. In the Champaign-Urbana area alone, there are 60 or more Palestinian families who are reeling from the genocidal US-backed attacks on Palestinians, not only in the occupied Gaza Strip, but also in the occupied West Bank and East Jerusalem. Of these families, I have the stories of 5 families who have lost homes and buildings to the indiscriminate bombing campaign, which IDF spokesperson Daniel Vigari said is, quote, focused on what caused maximum damage, end quote. In 140 days, that's 140 days, over 80,000 tons of explosives have been dropped on the 25-mile Gaza Strip. To put that into perspective, that is more powerful than 3 nuclear bombs. Between these few families, they have collectively lost over 200 family members, 200 loved ones who they can now only love in memory, 200 family members amongst just 5 families and students local to the CU community. A U of I UC Palestinian student lost her grandparents, all of her aunts, all of her uncles, and all of their children except for 2 within 48 hours. 30 family members total. She tried to list them out, but there were so many that she broke down after 20. A professor in town worries for both her mother and her father's families. She has lost multiple cousins with their entire families on her mother's side, and her father's side is fully displaced with multiple family homes and apartment buildings completely destroyed in the bombings. A young Palestinian woman is working on navigating life, knowing her paternal grandparents, aunts, uncles, and all of their children have been murdered, and her mother's family is at risk of the same outcome since they too live in Gaza. A medical resident knows he's lost some family members due to the bombing, and to quote him, fortunately is under the delusion where I think my family is alive. When we say water, electricity, and food are being stopped from entering, it also means they can't provide us with updates anymore to let us know who's still alive. A Palestinian family who's been in this community for decades estimates over 100 family members have been murdered in the last 140 days. I'm going to say that one more time. A Palestinian family who's been in this community for decades estimates over 100 family members have been murdered in the last 140 days. That's generations of a family. I also know the Palestinian community in Springfield, much like the rest of the Palestinian community in the US, has experienced similar losses. These losses are also strongly felt by the broader Muslim and Arab community. The death toll currently exceeds 30,000. We grieve not only the loss of our Palestinian brothers and sisters, their lives, their homes, and their livelihoods, but also the loss of humanity and sense of otherness by our colleagues, neighbors, elected officials, and even you, the media. We've had multiple federal officials say something to the tune of, kill them all, or level Gaza, as if our community was not a part of theirs. The CU Muslim Action Committee, along with Muslims, Arabs, and Palestinians in the 13th Congressional District of Illinois, call on Representative Budzinski to support legislation and do everything within her capacity to, 1, call for a total and permanent ceasefire, 2, allow sufficient aid into Gaza, including reinstating UNRWA funding, 3, stop any and all military aid and weapons to Israel. And 4, to meet with us, to speak to us, to recognize our pain and to recognize our grief. Thank you.